right, who wants to hear about high-octane adventures and the latest and greatest on the motor scene? It's time to rev it up with John and Jess on Joy 1340.
Welcome back to Rev It Up with John and Jess, coming at you on Joy 1340 AM and 98.7 FM.
We are excited today to have a couple great guests with us with a group we've been following for a while.
Yes.
I guess we could call it MC, right? MC?
Nope, we are actually a motorcycle organization.
Motorcycle organization.
Correct.
So we are proud to welcome to the show two representatives from Guardians of the Children, who people have seen on the news stations over the years and like that. And
we have Trademark, who you are the president, correct?
I'm the president of the Bell City chapter, correct.
And Fairy?
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. She was a surprise today. She was a nice surprise. I wasn't expecting her. Yeah.
You just thought you were going to get like two dirty biker guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Why is everybody out hanging out with all dirty bikers?
No, not all of them. Not all of them. We're not talking about you, though. You know
I didn't say it.
mean?
I just said, so it's good. So
well, welcome, guys. Thanks for taking the time out.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and I just want to say before we start, hats off to you guys, your organization. Everything
Absolutely.
you do for the children, for your organization is just amazing what you do.
I didn't know it was a thing. We'll let them describe it in a second,
Yeah.
but I didn't know it was a thing. I thought it was just a thing in the movies, right?
No.
The documentary, the Lifetime TV shows, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's great.
No, I mean, I've been, I think I just asked you before, it started in 2006, you said, right?
Correct, yep. The organization as a whole was originally founded in San Antonio, Texas in 2006.
Okay. So for all our fans and listeners, give us basically, what do you
Tell us
guys
what you do.
We know what you do, but tell everybody else what you guys do.
Well, Ferry, I'll let you go ahead and start with the mission statement. How about that?
All right. So the mission of the Guardians of the Children is to recognize and react to child abuse and educate the public to do the same, to serve as advocates to provide strength and stability to families in crisis, and be an answer to the prayer of an abused child or teen for courage, support, and protection.
I love
Wow.
that. Couldn't have said it any better.
That's really good.
So the shorthand version of that is we help kids and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. It's like,
Oh, there's a story behind that one.
end goal.
Well, it's not just a local thing. Like, this is an international club as well,
Yes,
correct?
international organization. So we have chapters in, I believe, 19 states in the U.S. and also in 4 provinces in
8
Canada.
provinces now.
8 provinces now in Canada.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's great.
And so can you, I know you guys will get to the fundraisers and stuff, but like, just give it an example. How do you guys learn about a child in need?
So we are all word of mouth. We are all word of mouth referrals. You know, so it's there are some organizations that we work with in the local communities who, you know, they come across a family that could use our help, and that, you know, they'll refer them to us, and we come in, we do an interview with the family with, you know, with an officer and the lead child liaison.
Officer, meaning police officer?
No.
Officer
Officer Osborne, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
No,
okay.
one of the officers out of our organization.
Okay, sure.
Normally, there has to be CPS case involved, kind of thing. I'm not going to say it's always like that, but 99% of the time we do need a CPS case. And the reason for that is we're working with the families who have been victimized by this, and we're turning them in from victims to victors. So a huge part of what we do is we do events with the kids at minimum every other month. So all of our adopted families, quote unquote, I probably should be not talking with my hands.
Well, you can, because we're on video.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
But, you know, so when we bring a family in, we do what we call an adoption. It's not a legal adoption, but it's a party where we bring them in, we welcome them into the family. The kids get their own little cut that says Little Guardian on the back.
Oh, wow, I never knew that.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
And they get a road name.
That's very cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I got a question about that too. We'll bring it up later.
Okay.
So that's a big ordeal. That's a big day for them.
Oh, yeah.
And then at minimum every other month we get all of those families together, and we go out and we do different events. Like we've gone bowling, we've rented movie theaters, we do pumpkin patches, picnics in the park, all kinds of different things.
Oh, that is so cool.
That is cool.
The big reason that we're doing that, well, there's 2 reasons behind it. Number one, it gives these kids the opportunity to be kids again.
Yep.
The second thing is it's building a relationship where they know us, they trust us, they know who we are, they know damn well we're not going to let anything happen to them. The reason for that is when these kids have to go in court and testify, we go with them.
That is cool. That's the part that I can
That I know.
really get behind.
And the scary part about that is a lot of times the parents or the grandparents or whoever has custody is subpoenaed, so they can't even be in the courtroom with these kids when they have to testify.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Where I can't get subpoenaed on trademark.
No, correct.
So it allows us to be in the courtroom. They trust us. They know that we're going to watch over and protect them, that we've got their back. So if the perpetrator's family is there or is trying to intimidate in any way, that they can square their shoulders up and give their testimony without fear.
Yes.
Okay.
So it gives them that support system and that feeling of encouragement to be able to go up there and do what's right, so that way justice can be served.
How did you get past the like the court system? Or whose idea was it to come up with the road names? I guess I will touch base on this sooner than later. So the road names, because obviously if you just went as your regular God-given names, you couldn't really do what you're doing.
Correct.
So it's kind of a way around the system.
It's a bit of a loophole, yes.
It's a loophole, but I mean, I love it. I think it's great.
That's a slick
Yeah.
idea.
So I mean, that was
This is
something.
why I'm not in
somebody
charge
came
of
up
an.
with- What's that?
This is why I'm not in charge of an organization, because I'd be like Jessica Geezy.
Yeah, that's
know?
why. I told her if she ever wanted. I don't understand it. I said she should be Hobbs
Because I got big feet.
she has big feet. So,
I'd wear it with pride, whatever.
But anyway, so when you said in 2006 this started, right? This organization.
Correct.
So was that something that was thought about right away when this started?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That is great. That is a well laid out plan.
Well thought out, yeah.
Yeah, that is great. And any feedback when they first started from the court systems when you figured that out?
We 99% of the time we are unbelievably welcomed in the courts.
I believe that.
We each chapter does have a person who is a court liaison,
Yeah.
who it's their job to get a hold of the DA, the victim's right advocate, all that kind of things to let them know that we're going to be there. And,
Okay.
if they're not familiar with the organization, let them know who we are, what we do, and we are welcomed with open arms.
That
So
is
it's like
very
a
cool.
job within a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, yeah. All of the guardians are strictly volunteer, so we use all of our own time and resources to do this for the kids. We all have a reason and a passion for this.
Oh, for sure.
It definitely takes a lot of time, but there is nothing that I can think of that is more worthwhile to spend my free time.
I
Doing.
bet.
Yeah.
You can sleep well at night for sure. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. The reward I can see is overwhelming. I mean, it's just great if I can see the look on your face and you talk about it. Yeah.
And do you find like the kids that you guys adopt, do they carry with you over the years, or?
So when we bring in a family, the kids, the littles, they're able to be with us until they're 18 years old.
Okay.
At that point, they do have the opportunity where somebody who was a little and they've been in the program, they can actually come straight into being a patch holding member.
Nice.
So those are some of the people in my experience who make some of the best guardians. 'Cause
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've seen the system, they see how it works, they've personally been there, and they understand like how it works and how to communicate with these kids better than some of the rest of us do.
How many do you think are in your chapter that you have here that were victims before and became members that you know of? I mean, offhand.
People that were
Like they were-
that were abused and then decided to do this
decided
on
to
their own
join.
accord.
Yeah.
Most of them actually.
Wow. That's
I
impressive.
probably would, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Of course. That's great. Yeah.
And how many members do you guys have in your chapter?
We have 25 on the roster in Bell City.
Oh, that's pretty good.
In Bell City.
Pretty good. And that covers like Racine, Kenosha, and Walworth counties. Is that correct?
Yes.
Correct. Yep, that's Bell City. We have 5 chapters across the state of Wisconsin. We have Milwaukee County, which is our Hog City chapter. We have our Wolf River chapter, which is up towards Plover, Green Bay. We have our Northern Lights chapter, which is up in Minocqua. We have our Castle Rock chapter, which is like that Castle Rock, Tolma area.
Yeah.
And then us, which is Kenosha, Racine, Walworth. So we have the state of Wisconsin covered pretty well.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through, like, anybody can join technically or attempt to join? Is that correct?
So we do have a background check process. Specifically in Bell City, we require you to come to 3 of our monthly meetings are open to the public. We post them on our Facebook page when they're going to be. We're kind of trying to iron out different dates.
Sure.
But normally it's a Sunday morning at one of the local establishments that has been a great sponsor to us so far. But so we in Bell City, we require somebody to come to 3 meetings before we run your background check.
Sure.
To start the process of either being a supporter or prospecting into being a patch holding member. You do go through federal and local background checks to make sure that
Well, sure,
you're
that's
safe
what
and all
it is,
that kind of
yeah.
thing. And, you know, we can have you around the kids and all that kind of stuff. So we definitely vet our people.
That's
Okay.
awesome. And how long does it take from prospect to patch holding member? Is it vary on the individual?
We have a guideline of a year, but it's usually at minimum a year. But I've seen it happen faster, and I've seen it take a whole hell of a lot longer too.
Do you have fun with the prospects and you make them do some crazy stuff?
Never make them do anything you wouldn't do yourself or you haven't done yourself.
Well, yeah, that's probably a very short list.
But you know, it's not like a hazing thing. I mean, there's always a reason behind something, and a lot of times it's a critical thinking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I
Yeah,
like that.
Definitely. So how did you get involved? Did both of you start at the same time, one before the other, or how did that start?
No, I'm going into my fifth year as a guardian. My 5th year now. Wow, time flies.
Yeah, there you go.
But going into my 5th year, I was kind of looking for something to do to fill my free time because I just can't stand having any time to sit idle.
yeah.
I always got to have
Yeah,
irons in the fire. And decided I wanted to do something that made a difference in the community that I live in.
Well, you picked
That's
a good
great.
one, sir.
That's definitely a great organization.
And how about you, Ferry?
So I've been in the organization for 2 years now. I wanted to join something to help with the kids. Most of my life, I was actually one of those that was a victim and didn't have anybody to speak up for me. So when I found out about Guardians of the Children, it was just instant connection.
Like, not even a question.
There
probably.
was
Jump on right
absolutely no question to be able to take
Okay.
my experiences and use that to help the kids overcome what abuse looks like.
That's awesome. Like, thank God for people like you guys, honestly. And I only recently learned of this after I met Little Wrecker at the World of Wheels show the first year I met you. Like, I didn't know that this
Yeah.
sort of thing existed, like I said prior,
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people. It's to me, I think it's still as we. That's why we do what we do, because we try to get more people like you and your organization out there, because there's so many things that are going on right in your own backyard, and people still have no idea. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, as soon as I hear about, I follow your Facebook page. I've done this for years, but as soon as I find out that you're doing something, or a ride or organization, or taking a kid to school that was bullied or something like that, all that stuff is just amazing to me. So I've always watched it. So I think, yeah, you brought it up after you met Little Wrecker the first year, and then doing that stuff. And a couple people asked me, they're like, they'll see if I'm out on a rider. I talked to a couple of you guys, like, what is that all about? They just thought it was just like something you guys did, and I'll explain it to them, like, there's no way, really. And I'm like, yeah. I said, watch and follow, and yeah. So you've been really intrigued by this for a while.
I donated candy, I think, the first year for your fundraiser at the zoo.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's right. Yeah, you
Yeah,
did,
definitely. Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll be doing more stuff again for you guys this year too. So we just any way we can support, we do it. So it was a no-brainer to have you guys on the show and get this word out. So
So
Oh,
speaking
definitely.
of
Very
fundraisers,
appreciate it.
as we said, the Halloween thing, you guys do it at the New Berlin Zoo, is that correct?
Nope, ours is Bell Cities is at the Racine Zoo actually.
Racine Zoo,
Oh.
okay.
So our Hog City chapter, I believe they do the New Berlins or
Is there a New Berlin Zoo?
or
I
not
don't
the New
even know.
Berlin.
What am I even saying? I don't know.
whatever the-
After I said it, I'm like,
the zoo in Milwaukee. I'm trying to remember what city.
oh,
it's
does
in.
Milwaukee County Zoo?
Yep, I believe they've done the one there too.
I was gonna say I think they have.
Yep.
I was gonna say, yeah. So yeah.
And then we'll talk about your car show in a minute. Is there any other fundraisers that you guys do throughout the year?
In the fall, we have our the Rock for the Kids.
Rock for Kids, yep.
So that one's out in Caledonia, and we have live music come out.
Okay.
It is a great party. So that's a fall fundraiser that we do, and that is,
We'll be on the lookout for that.
yeah.
Working
Yeah.
on it. Working on it.
Like, pull up the calendar trademark.
Yeah, we've been to
You're
the other
quicker
show.
with your phone than
We've
I
been to the
am.
other show that's down at the local bar.
The
there.
Wheels Against Child Abuse. We're going to talk about that next
we've
year.
been down. Yeah, we've been to that one for sure.
Been there a couple times.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we supported. I believe first or
It doesn't
second
look
year, I
like we
gave
have
some donations, some giveaways. Yeah, for the Motor Mania stuff. I know we gave away some stuff for there.
Well, that one is coming up Saturday, May 13th at Lynn Chevrolet in Burlington. Maybe that's where I got the New Berlin from, Bees Burlington. Whatever.
New
That's
Berlin
your
and Burlington.
7th annual car and bike show, and you have live music, food, raffles, and a beer tent.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So that's actually our biggest fundraiser of the year. It's a really, really good time. We used to do it at Route 20 up there in Racine, and
Yes, that's what we've been to. Yeah.
I mean, Ray and his team were always great to us,
Yeah.
but we were fortunate enough to outgrow it.
Yeah.
Isn't that a great feeling? Yeah.
So yeah, we ended up having to move up there to Lynch, and Tyson, their marketing director, and Pat Lynch have been great to us. And
Yeah.
I mean, last year was our first year there, and we unfortunately caught the curse of having a car show in the early spring. But
Yeah, actually, Chad and Chuck and all the guys there with the Pro Street Malibus with the big motors.
little blower cars.
Yep, they were at my shop last night for open car night and stuff like that. But they were down there and they said the same thing. And Chad just lets it ring, but Chuck is the one who puts plastic over his whole car and stuff. And I asked, "How's it going?" And he's like, "Well, this is going on." And yeah, but that is the curse of having shows. Yep, when you do it, especially a spring show too.
Well, and that
It
was
just comes out of nowhere.
that was the first time we ever caught bad weather. I was like, oh no, coming
Yeah.
into it.
So does like a little bit of rain you shut it down, or is it just have
It is rain or shine.
Okay.
We run rain or shine.
nice?
So
I
it's-
like that. I like that. That's-
Yeah, and I think as we know as promoters ourselves and throwing on big events like Motor Mania and stuff like that, is if the staff and the crew and the promoters are still out there doing it, the people will stay. The people stay. If you're all bummed out and you're in the building not doing anything, well, they're not going to leave. But if you still kind of make it fun and everybody's still out there in the rain, they'll stay. They'll hang around. Yeah, so I believe that.
Well, we made the best of it. Our band last year was fun. I mean, unfortunately we didn't have them out where we wanted to, so it was a little quiet. But
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we have food vendors again this year. We're working on building a vendor lot as well. If anybody's interested in that,
Oh.
they can message the Facebook page, and we'll get them the information as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're trying to grow that side of it as well to make it a little bit more something for everybody, not just cars and beer.
Yeah.
Now, are all types of cars and bikes allowed?
So this is we actually did open it up to everything this year. So we do have a class for late model cars as well this year too. So we're historically we had always been 89 and older, but now that we have the real estate, we're opening it up to everybody.
That'll
Wouldn't you?
be a
Yeah.
big game changer.
Yeah,
'Cause
we're
there's a lot of late
excited.
model stuff out there. We know that from our experience too.
Now, do you have to pre-register? Or can you pull up the day of and be like, I'm here?
You can pull up the day of, but if you'd like to pre-register, there is a link on our website to do so.
Okay. Otherwise, registration starting at a.m. on.
8 a.m. Yep,
And it looks like we got $10 for cars and $5 for bikes.
correct.
And I was going to ask something else, and it just popped right out of my
Oh,
head
dang
again. I've been having that problem lately. I don't know.
So for the shows, who do you have do the judging? Is there something that and is it a trophy giveaway or plaques or what is it?
Yep. So the majority of the classes do. It's a plaque. The Kids Choice Award, in my opinion, at a
Yeah.
car show raising money for kids, is the one that takes home the big hardware.
Yeah,
So that's the
Love-
one we
love
do the
that
big
idea,
trophy
too.
for.
Yeah.
Everything else gets everybody else gets a plaque. The other thing we are doing this year is the first 100 cars in and all the pre-registers will get a dash plaque, and the first 100 cars in get a dash plaque for free.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's very cool.
We do like our dash plaques.
Yeah, we like the dash plaque. I know.
So do the people.
Yeah, the people love them. The people love them. As far as let me ask you this: so as far as you say your meetings are open to the public, right?
Absolutely.
So now, do you guys sell apparel? Like, are people? Do you rep any of that? Or?
We do.
Oh, yeah.
We have a very big merchandise tent that'll be at the car show.
Okay. I thought
so
I've seen that before. Because
yeah.
I always see your. There's always a tent when we go out to Wisconsin Harley for the rally.
Yep. That's our Milwaukee, the Hog City chapter.
That's
up
a
there.
Hog City chapter out there. Yeah. So okay.
But yeah, we're dropping a new shirt just for the car show this year.
Nice.
So there you go.
So-
You
That's
guys
very
are
cool.
moving on up there with
Yeah,
the car
that's
shows. I
great.
like
Yeah,
it.
marketing is huge. Marketing is huge. That's great.
I know what I was going to say. It's Saturday, May 13th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I wanted to get that important
Oh, the
fact
date
of the
out
show?
there.
Thank you.
Yeah, the date and the time. So
There you go. Now, when you do the show, is it just all Guardians that are doing that, or do you have other people volunteering to help you out too?
Guardians run the event.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people that show up and step up to the plate and help
Sure.
out when they can. We get a lot of support from the community. Absolutely adore that. So
Okay.
yes,
makes
that's
it for a lot of
amazing.
fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
How can people get involved? Like, who can they contact? Where can they go?
Well, the best step is to probably first thing message the Facebook page. That's the easiest way. If you don't know somebody directly, that's the easiest way to get in contact. And if we're probably going to be starting a volunteer roster here for the car show. If anybody, any high school kids or something need some community service hours or anything like that, that's something we're more than willing to help out with and that kind of thing. We've had kids from FFA clubs and Lions Club members and all that kind of thing always, volunteer to get some of their community service hours in as well. So it's definitely something we can help out with, especially at a public event like that where there's something that we can have them do.
Right.
Yeah.
Because do they require a background check for volunteering at events like that?
For the public event, we're going to run a local one, but we're not going to do the whole ordeal.
Sure.
Okay,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Okay. Is there any other ways people can help you guys out? I'm assuming you do take monetary donations, correct?
Absolutely.
Being a nonprofit?
Yes.
Absolutely, we do. Anywhere you see us set up, we usually have a donation bucket out, and then we also have a PayPal link on our website, PayPal link on the website and the Facebook page as well.
Nice. And how can people find you? You just said Facebook, and you have your own website. Can you give us what the website is?
Absolutely. It is Bell City GOC, BELLECITYGOC.com. And the same thing for the Facebook hashtag. It's the Bell City GOC.
Fabulous.
That's
Hit
great.
them up. Send
So-
them some money.
Yeah, there you go. So the other thing we'll want to talk to you about is, well, as far as like sometimes you see during on the news, or kind of rewind a little bit back here, but I'll see on the news like taking a kid to school and stuff like that. For like I've seen it a couple times. That so when you guys do that, a lot of people your other members they take off of work for that and do whatever they can do to help support these kids.
Oh, yeah.
Give them escort to school.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That is very cool.
Yep. Yeah, for court and because court is never at a convenient time.
No.
So it's usually a day off.
No.
Oh, we all know that. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it's court, and sometimes some of our littles, they're having a rough time at school, and they want us to take them to school or pick them up, and we make it a point to do that.
Do you have an idea, since you've been involved, or either one of you, how many kids you've helped, that you've been involved,
Yeah.
that you've helped?
Enough where it's a heartbreaking number.
That's wow.
But
Yeah.
it's
I suppose
it's-
not one, just one would be heartbreaking, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure like you guys have got some horror stories, which we won't get into. But again, thank God for people like you guys, who are willing to step up and do that.
It's people like you. One person at a time changes the world. And you're proving it.
Oh, and that's always been one of my personal goals. If I can, if today's my day on the way home, if I helped made a difference in one kid's life, I consider it successful.
Ah, that's great.
Oh yeah, and I think there's so many people out there that maybe even know that you're out there, but they're afraid to even. Did you get that too? That they're almost afraid to reach out sometimes for the help.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, and that's one of our big things. If you see it, suspect it, report it. If you see something, do something. And it's one of those things when we're doing our public education events, people will, I don't know, I don't know if it's right. Well, the most common objection to that is, what if I'm wrong? And I always look at them and go, what if you're right?
What if you're right?
So nobody is going to get in trouble for making a good faith report. And that's what a lot of people seem to fear is, well, if it's not abuse, am I going to get in trouble? No. When you make a good faith report like that, it's going to be investigated. And most parents that are taking care of their kids and taking care of them well would much rather go through that little bit of inconvenience and know that people are watching out for the kids.
Absolutely.
That's true. Very
Yeah,
true.
I know I would.
Yeah. When you go to, I see obviously a lot at the rallies and stuff like that. There's stuff now. Since they know who you are in a nonprofit or 501c3, now do they basically, if you're going to have a booth anywhere, do they let you basically have it for free, or they still charge you for the setups?
Most places let us do it for free.
Okay. Yeah. Let's say,
So it kind of depends on the venue and who's running it and how familiar they are with us and that kind of thing. But I would say probably 90% of them let us set up for free.
Okay. Now, does it go on districts? Like so like we have our event in Washington County. So would you be able to bring, have a booth or anything up at our place? Or do you have to stay in your district?
We would probably refer that over to the Hog City chapter, because that's more of their area.
area?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So it would make more sense geographically for them to
Well,
to
if
take
you guys
that
ever
one on.
want to, I think on behalf
You'd be
of
more
both
than
of us,
welcome.
you can always have a free space at Motor Mania anytime we have an event.
No, absolutely.
Very
we,
much
we
appreciated.
appreciate
Yeah.
that. And that being said, we work very well with the other chapters
Yeah, I was
across
just gonna ask
across
how
the
that works.
nation. It's
So-
not that if they're setting up somewhere, we usually show up and say hi, and you guys need help with anything and all that kind of thing as well. So it's not a their area, our area thing. It's a what makes sense geographically. Like if we're going to get a referral out of this event, who's going to be able to help them better.
Why don't you guys put in the word for us? Like he said, we'd be more than welcome to have you guys up there. And if you guys can't participate as the organization, represent, you guys can still come out. Bike night is Friday night, so come up and see us, say hi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Friday night, actually, I'll just say it right now. So Friday night is our Friday night. We got a big
June
event going
23rd.
on. June 23rd at Motor Mania. We've got a big thing going on. We're going to try to set the world record biker burnout. Okay, for Guinness Book of World Records. So, and I think for the Guardians, I think they shall be in for free.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome. Definitely. Thank you.
Any chapter you bring in too. Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, it's your oyster.
Well, and also on behalf of that, before I wrap up, I think Jess and I would like to. I think I'll probably catch you off guard here, but I'd like to make a $500 donation to the Guardians today.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Probably gets me a little teary. I'm such a sap. I really am. So am I. Okay, look at us.
Well,
You're teary too.
I am not. I can't see it. It's on the backwards there. But I mean, what you guys do, I can whatever. I mean, we've been blessed in many ways.
Yeah.
So we want to help you out.
No, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's
Very,
that's
very
huge.
much
Thank you.
appreciated.
Yeah.
With that, I'm gonna let you wrap it up because I'm good.
All right. Well, where can they find you, and where can they follow you at, and get a hold of you? Any of that stuff.
Facebook is probably the easiest. That's
Okay.
facebook.com/Bell City GOC.
Okay.
BELLECITY.
All right.
Or the website also has good contact information on it too. That's bellcitygoc.com. Once again, BELLECITY.com.
Well, thanks
Perfect.
everybody for listening and following, and again, hats off to you for what you do. It's
Yeah.
amazing what you do.
Hope to see you guys
Thank
at the
you.
show.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Follow
Thank you
on
very much.
Facebook and see what you can do. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.